Hi everybody, this is Abby with Scrap and Abby, and I have another haul video. This is not necessarily crafting project or products like paper, bling, that kind of thing. This is more of crafty storage in my craft room type of haul. So I wanted to kind of share with you guys really quick before I get everything ran through the dishwasher and then, put in my craft room. But before I start that, I have two things that I want to share with you that are not related to this haul. So as you guys know, I work at the school district office. I'm the admin assistant in the tech department, in case you didn't know that. And so anyway, we're doing some work over the Christmas break, which just started on Friday this, I guess it'll be the 19th or no, the 20th, for the schools. I'm a year-rounder, so we work all year round, my department and most of us that work in the main district office. So anyway, long story short, I was at one of the schools yesterday getting some things ready for some projects that we're going to be working on in the school, two of the schools over the 2-week break. So, the principal of one of the schools made an announcement that she had some extra grapevine wreaths that she didn't end up using for her personal project. So there was like a ton of them in there. And there were some that were way bigger than this one. But this is about the right size for me to hang either in my home or my craft room. I'm not sure where yet. But I thought this was just really cool because this was the only one that was a size that had the most of the leaves still on them, not broke apart. You can still see the vines on there, and just a really cute curly Q. It's kind of hard to see with all that stuff on my table, but you guys kind of get the idea. I think that's really neat. So I'm going to be working on this. Probably won't get to this until after I recover from my double hand surgery, so I won't be able to do this probably till close to March, late February, 1st of March. But I liked it because it had like this natural hanger on it from the curvature of the grapevine. So I'm going to be covering this, like some burlap and some different, trims and things like that. And that's the other side. This one actually looks a lot prettier because you can see they're popping up more, the little curly Q. So anyway, so I wanted to share that with you guys really quickly. And then the next thing, I have a video up. I don't know what day I posted it. It's mixed in with another paper cone project, but this was the ornament that I won at my work party ornament exchange a couple days ago. I made the trio of 3 small ones that I gave away. They were a big hit. Everybody was fighting over them until they were frozen. So I had a couple people that asked me to, if they paid me, to make them some because they liked them so much. So I'm going to be working on some of those projects this weekend as well. But I knew that this one was in there. I was, the way they did it, there wasn't a whole lot of us there because some of the staff had meetings and things like that. They couldn't be there. But so there's probably roughly maybe 20, 25 of us that ended up coming to the potluck and to the ornament exchange. Not everybody brought an ornament because some people didn't want to participate, which is totally fine. But for those of us that did, the superintendent, he was there and he said, let's do this different than draw a number. So he had us go around the table, and whoever's birthday was in January, we went by everybody's birth month. And if there were 3 people in January, the first person, had the birthday in January went, then the second and the third, and so on and so forth. So I was the last one to go. My birthday's in November, and nobody else was there that was either in November or December. So I got to pick last. So I knew this was still there, and because my good friend Alicia brought it, and she told me. So I grabbed it, and then the person who went first, she was able to steal one time, but she didn't want this. She went and stole something different. So I was happy because I really wanted this pickle. She told me it was the Christmas pickle, and I've heard about it. This is the pickle story. You guys can freeze the camera frame if you want to read about it in case you've never read about it before. And my son is just walking in the front door, so I'm going to pause the video for just a sec. Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. So here is the story. So you guys can freeze the video if you want to read the story about the pickle. But anyway, so I thought it was really cute. And so this one has a little Santa hat. So this will be fun to put on my Christmas tree starting this year for a tradition for my family. So I thought that was kind of fun. So now let me get to the goodies I picked up here. Everything you see on my table, I didn't, it was under, I think, $16 or $15. I had a couple stops after work yesterday to do, and I stopped by one of my favorite stores. I've done a couple videos on this store before. It's called the Etc. Shop. I was trying to find a tag to show you. Not that it matters, because if you don't live where I live, you're not going to find it, because it's kind of a specialty shop. But this, for anybody that lives in the Willamette Valley, if you're interested, this is called the Etc. Shop. And it's located in downtown Lebanon on Main Street. Anyway, it's the half of the store is kind of it's like a thrift shop. Like, it has like clothes and housewares and things like that, but it has a bigger section of like vintage items like this, more than I've seen at other secondhand stores or junk shops. So it's different. It's got some really cool eclectic things in there, and they're not outrageously priced at all. Like I said, all of the stuff you guys see here, some of it's even off frame, Like I said, and I have some stuff hidden underneath the milk glass. I paid less than, you know, it was under, I know for sure it was under $16. So anyway, and the other half of the store are things that are made by different villages in Africa. And it's just a really cool, unique store. So one of these times I might ask them if I can do a quick video just to share with you guys, since I, you know, do get a lot of things from there. So they're one of my favorite places to stop and see, check out what they have, just because they have unique things that I can use for storage in my craft room. I love all things vintage, as you guys know. I do have some new items, you know, in my room to store things, of course, like my paper and things like that. But I prefer to store my stuff in vintage, like glasses and milk glass and amethyst glass and old tins, and that's just what I like. And so that's pleasing to me. It makes me feel good. So that's why I like to decorate my room this way. So let me just kind of get started. So the first couple things were the set of 5 like little, the ladies told me they weren't sure if they were like, you know, sherbet glasses or, you know, dessert glasses or whatever. They weren't really sure, and they couldn't remember from the family who donated these from their estate. But anyway, these are just really pretty. It's got that really nice texture on it. I can't remember the name of that type of glass. My mom's told me before and I forget, but it's, you know, it's got the texture on the outside. So I got 5 of these, and these will be great to put some different, you know, whether it be some buttons to display or maybe some flowers, or I'm not sure yet. Just kind of play with it as I go. And I'll do an updated room tour of my craft room when I maybe, it's probably going to be closer to spring just because of my upcoming hand surgery, like I told you guys. I'll be working on that later. Anyway, so those are those items there. I'm going to set those to the side. Oops, sorry about that, because I need to get to the bottom here eventually. And the next thing, all of their Christmas stuff was, I think it was 60% off or something. So I don't even think I even paid for these really, because I think that she just kind of threw these in. These are some really cool vintage plastic Christmas bells, and they had all 3 of them for 35 cents. I mean, obviously I would have paid that in to begin with anyway, but they're really, really cute. So I won't be using these, you know, this Christmas season, of course, because Christmas isn't like, you know, 4 days or something, but I'll hang on to these in my stash for next year. So these are really cute. I thought they'd be fun to use on a project next year. And then I picked up this big zipper. I've been messing around making the zipper flowers that everybody else has been making forever, like the butterflies and things like that. But I just wanted this really nice, long, deep, rich purple, almost kind of like a plum color, so zipper, so this will be fun. And I'll do a project share when I get that made. Grab this old frame. I'm always looking for these kinds of things because I, you know, do some painting over this and kind of alter it, and then, you know, take the glass out. Sometimes I'll leave the glass in, but mostly I don't, because I like to make the project dimensional. And I'll grab something to show you what I'm talking about by that. Now this is made from a Maya Road bottle cap, the large bottle cap. So it's not, you know, oops, sorry about that. It's not made like, you know, from a piece of vintage item, but you see how it's like all dimensional and sticking out and stuff. That's what I mean by that when I take the glass out, and then I'll use the glass for something else. But that way I can make a project, you know, you can hang it on the back or something. And this is old and vintage. Trying to see where it's from. I can't even read what it says in the back, but so that was a fun little frame, and I'm excited to get to play with that. And I grabbed this old tin scoop. It's all dented and tarnished, and which is what I really like. I'm gonna use this, I think, in my big area of buttons that I have, because I have a ton of vintage buttons that I store in old like cigar boxes, and then I have some in an old jewelry box, and just different places. It just depends on what type because I have them sorted kind of in a certain way. So this would be kind of fun to scoop up the buttons I want, bring it to my craft table, and kind of pick out of here instead of using just like a little piece of leftover packaging like I normally do. So I grabbed that, and I grabbed a couple spoons. These are really cute. This little baby spoon. This will be fun to use. I have some stuff on order. It's coming. It's some of the German glass glitter, and so I wanted to use this so I could scoop out the glitter as I need to use it. And then here's a bigger one to use. I need to find a place, if anybody knows of a place online. I haven't like really actually done a search for it, but if off the top of your guys' head, anybody watching this knows of any, you know, Etsy store, online store, or something like that. I like to shop on Etsy if I can, as much as I can, because I like to help support, you know, fellow crafters and stuff who like to do this out of their home for income or whatever. But I'm looking for the clear embossing powder, but I want it to be big, like a big container, but I don't like the little tiny bottles or anything. I'm trying to find something that comes in, let's see, like this size or bigger. And so if you guys have a link to anybody or something, comment and let me know. Otherwise I'll just do a search on my own like before. But anyway, that's the point of this spoon. So I can use it for the clear embossing powder, because I use that stuff to death. And I'm tired of buying tiny bottles and having to keep buying them over and over and over. So as you can see, I got a bunch of milk glass here. These are some different shapes and stuff. I've been eyeballing these before at the same store for probably 2 months, I think, and then they finally had them marked down to where, because the price originally wasn't bad, but I'm all about trying to get the bargain and the deal if I can. So I waited until they were marked down, and they had everything in the store. The Christmas stuff was at a higher percent off because it's almost Christmas, of course. And then different colored stickers, some was 20%, some was 30%, and some was 40%. So everything I bought was on sale. Except for the sheet music, because it's like, you know, it's like less than a quarter for a stack. So it's like, you know, almost free to me anyway. But so this is a really pretty one. I haven't ran these to the dishwasher yet. So you might see some stickers and some, you know, just a little bit of dust from being on the shelf. But this is a really pretty piece of milk glass. I like the flowers. This is going to hold just some different paper flowers and things like that I have on order. I have an order from Lavish Laces, and I'm going to be doing in another video shortly. So I'm going to just be displaying some of those flowers in here. This one is really pretty too. I like that one. It doesn't have any design or anything on it, but I like that because it's nice to have a mix of just the plain and then some of the design, and has a really kind of a neat stripe in the bottom. And that's a pretty deep bowl, so that'll hold quite a few flowers, I think. And then these two here, I wasn't so sure if I would like the ones that are shaped like the fruit. Like this is a cluster of grapes and these are the pear shape. So I didn't really grab them at first because I was like, I don't know if I like that. But I think I do because I have some things I'm going to be putting in those. And I will share with you guys later what that's going to be. But there are these, and they're exactly the same. So, oh, actually, are they? Yep, they are the same. So I've got 2 of those. Sorry for the clutter. I'm going to move these to the back so I can show you what's underneath here. And then for my last piece is this grape cluster, which I thought was really cute. So I grabbed that one too. And this here at the bottom, oh, I guess I have these 2 things over here. I didn't pay 50 cents for these because these were marked down, but I always check out their fabric remnant section, and I always pick up the little bits of scraps and stuff of fabrics and things like that because I run this through my Vagabond and cut all kinds of dies in different shapes, and I've even, you know, ran it through some of my embossing folders. Probably not this thick. This is pretty thick. I'll try this one out and see if it works, but I just use fabric in many different applications in my crafting projects because I don't sew, but I use it in, you know, on canvases and mixed media, covering albums, that kind of stuff. So I grabbed 2 of these. Sherry, if you're watching, you'll probably like it because they're purple. That's our color, girl. So anyway, so I grabbed 2 of those. And, well, that's all they had was 2 of that type, so. Anyway, and then, so this again was also marked down because it's Christmas, and it's a Christmas carols. It's a very, it came upon a midnight clear, and it's just an old songbook, and it's just got all the vintage songs and stuff. Normally when I buy this kind of stuff, I, you know, use it on projects. Like I tear it and cut it apart and put it on, you know, like I have a project coming up in, that's in February. It's already done because of my surgery I have coming up here in a couple weeks, but it'll be on the Crafty in Ireland blog. I can't say too much more about it, but it has some vintage sheet music on part of it, so I don't have a problem when I buy it like this, and I know there's quite a bit of it, but I don't know about this book because this book is completely intact. I mean, there's a few tears and it's been taped down here, so I may not actually use this. I might just display this in my room around the holidays or something. So, but I thought this was really pretty, and you know, it's got all the old Christmas carols and things like that in it. So, and that's the back cover. I just thought it was really, really pretty. So part of my love of vintage is I like to preserve things too. I don't always just buy stuff just to rip it apart and paint it and sand it and glitter it up and you can't even tell what it was in the first place. But when it's like bits and pieces of like this here, this is the only sheet out of this particular one. So, you know, I don't feel too bad about tearing it apart. But anyway, so there's that one. And then it's just some random sheet music. They always have a really great selection in their box. I go for, like this one here, you know, it's got lots of grease marks and it's been ripped pretty bad, and you know, and the rest of the pages from the song aren't even there. So these ones are ones I use because I love the design of it, the style, and so I'll use this as a background for either a canvas or a journal or something like that. So that's really fun to use. This one was another Christmas one, so I think she threw these in because it was just like 2 loose sheets, but anyway, because everything that was Christmas or said Christmas on it, they marked down. So there are those, and then I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, Lickner, I'm not sure. Anyway, so this is again, you can see it's really tattered and old, but that's what I like. So this will be fun. I might keep this and use it for some kind of a maybe mixed media spring Eastery canvas or something like that. We'll see. And that says The Swan on the back. And this one I liked because it was green. I don't see a whole lot of the different sheet music that is colored like that. So I thought that was kind of cute. The back side, of course, is not. So I would be using this side because it's got some green. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video so I can get back to it. My desk is a mess. You can see stuff. I normally don't have things where you can see the stuff hanging out back here. But anyway, it's just a few days away from Christmas, and I've got a lot of projects I got to get done for some people who are paying me to do as such. And I got a few last minute Christmas gifts I got to put together. So I will probably be back because I am expecting some things coming in the mail hopefully today, and I'll do a video just because I am like a 2-year-old and I can't wait to open that kind of stuff. So but for now, this is what you guys get. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and happy crafting. Okay, I am so glad that I double checked the bags from the etc. shop before I threw them away, because I forgot I had this. This was in the bottom of one of the sacks. This is a vintage wooden spool, and you can see on there what it says on there. Very, very cool. Yeah, this is the other side. So it was at 30 cents at one point. And anyway, it's got some thread on it. I'm going to be taking the thread off, using it for something different or whatever. But I can't say what this is going to be used for, or if it will be finding itself in somebody else's home. So you guys will have to stay tuned and find out and see. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. Just another really cool, fun vintage find from that etc. shop that I like to frequent. Happy crafting!